Every Friday for months now, this remote city has seen huge crowds turn out, protesting against Iran's regime. Elsewhere in the country, the movement, sparked by the death in custody of a young woman arrested for not wearing her headscarf correctly, has slowed in the face of a brutal response. In Zahedan, they're still going, but locals say the crackdown is intensifying. One woman sent us a message describing the atmosphere.
At every junction, there are strict checkpoints. There are many different vehicles patrolling the streets, monitoring the situation. In the last month, innocent people have been beaten up and arrested. They want to terrorize the protesters and cause fear. But despite this, people take part in the Friday protests and are determined to carry on.
Security forces killed around 100 people on a single day in Zahedan last September. The protests began in solidarity with others elsewhere in Iran, but also focused on the alleged rape of a teenage girl by a local police commander. As the dead bodies piled up, the massacre became known as Bloody Friday. Zahedan is home to Iran's Baluch minority. They're followers of Sunni, not Shia Islam, and have long complained of persecution. This local cleric, Maulvi Abdul Hamid, has become a figurehead for the protests in the city and across the country. Bahar, not her real name, was arrested by intelligence agents in the capital Tehran. They accused her of links to cleric Abdul Hamid because of her Baluch ethnicity and injected her with a sedative.
I was drooling but couldn't swallow. I wasn't able to move my feet and they were spasming. Then they told me to sign a document and confirm I have been in contact with Abdul Hamid. They said, you are his translator and are in contact with countries like the US, Israel.
Her jailers specifically mentioned her racial identity, her darker skin and thicker hair.
They touched my hair and grabbed a strand and said, why is your hair so thick like a man's? Your hair is so ugly and you want to show it off. Is this how you want to make the whole revolution? And then they decided to cut my hair.
Iran's protests have united different segments of society against the clerical regime. Yesterday, this couple in Tehran was sentenced to 10 years in jail for dancing in front of the city's Freedom Tower. Resistance has many faces.